Alright, I apologize for the piles of pillows in my background. My bed is not made right now, I'm washing my sheets. But anyway, I have not been a good writer today. I'm supposed to try to do 2,500 words, like I said. It's like 3:20 in the afternoon, and I've only got like 379 words done. I keep procrastinating and doing all this other stuff that, yes, does need to get done, like chores and stuff, and spending time with my hubby because he hasn't seen me hardly at all this month. But I'm procrastinating and I'm not getting any writing done, and I need to now suck it up and do some writing sprints. I think I'm gonna go on to Slack and through the NaNowrimo website and see if anybody's hosting any word wars to maybe motivate myself a little bit, and maybe check on YouTube and see if anybody's doing any live streams. Speaking of which, I would like your opinion on if you think it might be fun to do some live streams the last 3 days of Nano. I was thinking of doing those in the evening my time, or possibly in the morning my time, or possibly both, for the last 3 days of Nano to kind of pound out that last little bit that needs to get done. Let me know if you feel like that would be something you were interested in doing. Otherwise, I may not do it because I don't want to just be on here and be spending my time with a camera with not actually helping anybody, you know? Because I don't think it would serve as anything for myself other than a distraction unless there's other people who are participating. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to writing because I got to write like basically 2,100 words before this evening if I'm going to hit my word count goal. So I'm gonna get back to that and I will check back in with you shortly. All right, so I'm getting some words on the page and I'm actually getting more excited now because I had another epiphany. I will say, this is the best thing about writing, is that you will frequently have those aha moments. I know how I'm gonna make this work, or oh my gosh, what a great twist, or something like that. And it makes it very rewarding. But I had this epiphany because earlier I dropped this idea to do this one thing with how the whole shell game of people getting information and then using against other people was going to work, and I kind of dropped this one idea that I had thinking I don't know how to make that work right now. But I just figured out how I was gonna make it work and tie it in, and I'm so excited because not only is it going to help make it obvious that this was a line of the plot that's been woven throughout the entire story and you aren't aware of it until this point, and then you realize it looking back on all the other things that were kind of referenced, and then you're like, oh my gosh. But also it's really going to help in explaining why my one character makes the decisions that they do, because I was struggling to figure out how I was gonna get him to do that believably, and I just figured out how to do that and do both things, and it makes me so happy. But anyway, I did a 10-minute word sprint and I got like 400-ish words done. I think it was almost exactly 400 words because I'm at 737 words now. So getting closer. This is basically gonna count as my break, and I'm gonna do another 10-minute word sprint. I'm gonna hopefully get up to, I'd like to get up to 1,100 words with my next word sprint. We will see, and I will check back in with you shortly. All right, I did even better than I thought I was gonna do. I was hoping to get to 1,100 words today, and I'm at 1,275 after that word sprint. So I'm doing pretty good on my 10-minute word sprints. I found that those are so much more productive for me than the 20-minute word sprints, because usually right around 10 minutes in the 20 minutes, I start wondering, well, when's the alarm gonna go off? And then I check it and it's always at like 10 minutes. I'm like, 10 more minutes? So I find that 10 minutes works best for me than with a really, really short break, like a 2 to 3 minute break between. That seems to be the best process for me. Speaking of processes, I am going to try to do another video tonight that's separate from my word count updating that I'm doing, which is kind of boring, I'll be honest. But I'm gonna do a separate video on some of the NaNowrimo no-nos that I kind of don't adhere to. Well, I do the no-nos. I do the things you're not supposed to do, but they don't seem to hold me back. They actually seem to help me and not harm me. So I'm gonna do that a little bit later today. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more organized in my thoughts for that though, so that I'm not just rambling aimlessly, and you may actually be able to tell what the hell I'm talking about. So anyway, this is gonna be my break again. I'm gonna do one more 10-minute word sprint before I take a slightly longer break, and we'll see where I'm at then. I think I like setting a goal for each word sprint as to how many words I think I can get done. That's kind of fun. I like doing that. So I think I'm gonna do that again. And I think in this word sprint, I'm gonna set the goal of getting to, oops, my dragon naturally speaking is turning on and trying to write what I'm saying. Stop that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna try to get to 1,600 words by the end of this next word sprint. Because that's a little over 300 words, and I don't think that should be too terribly hard. I've been doing more like 400 words or 500 words every sprint in 10 minutes so far, so I'm doing pretty good. All right, I'm gonna check back in with you once I do one more 10 minutes here and see where we're at. All right, I think that ended up being a little bit longer than 10 minutes because I went into the NaNowrimo word sprint timer thing and I set it for 10 minutes and then totally forgot to hit start and then jumped into writing. And after a while, I was like, it feels like I've been writing for about 10 minutes. How much longer do I got? I checked it and never started it. So I put like another 2-minute timer on there just to kind of top off my words. And I ended up at 1750 exactly so far for the day. So I'm doing pretty good. I am less than 1,000 words away from hitting my goal. So I'm really happy. I think that's 250 plus 500. So I'm about 750 words away from being at 2,500 for the day, which is my goal. So that's not too hard at all. That's like 2 more 10-minute word sprints. So I'm doing really good. I'm gonna take a slightly longer break. I'm gonna go transfer laundry because I think it will be ready by now. And I'm gonna go probably do some dishes because somehow, even though I've done like 2 loads of dishes today, they're still all piled up because I made a big old batch of spaghetti and made a giant mess. But anyway, this is like turning into a broken record where on every video I'm just like, I have too many dishes and laundry. I'm just the dishes and laundry household. But anyway, I'm gonna check back in with you shortly and I'll let you know when I do another word sprint. All right, I'm not quite done. I ended up taking a very, very long break, like several hours of a break, because I think I stopped writing last at like 3 something, I think, and it's like 7:30 now. I did get a lot done during that time, but very little of that was writing because I just got back to writing and I did a 10-minute word sprint and I've got 366 words left to be to 45,000. So I'm almost there. One 10-minute word sprint more ought to get me there, and then for the rest of Nano, if I want to, I can get away with only doing 1,000 words a day, which I think I might do because I think I need to taper off a little bit. And then I think I'll probably stick to 1,000 words a day until I'm done with the draft. From there, even past the end of November. I think that's the plan because that's pretty doable and I can pretty easily get 1,000 to 1,200 words in a day. It's that last 400 that makes it difficult because I can do 1,000 in like 40 minutes if I try with relative ease. 1,000 to 1,200 within 40 minutes. It's just doing a whole hour a day sometimes gets a little bit rough. At least when I'm drafting, because for some reason drafting is so much more difficult for me. I don't particularly enjoy drafting. My absolute favorite thing to do is the outlining phase, and then the second favorite thing to do is the second and third draft, and my least favorite thing to do is the drafting, because it just, I don't know, it ends up feeling like every sentence I write sounds the same, and I'm just like, this is terrible the whole time. And when I read over it again, I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was, so now it's less painful. Anyway, I'm going on a total rant, and I apologize if it sounds loud and funny, like I've got a white noise machine or something. I've got a humidifier in my room because it's winter, and I'm hoping that that will help preserve my lungs and my skin a little bit better because it gets very, very dry here in winter, and I get flaky lizard skin. But anyway, so I'm gonna quit stalling because I'm totally procrastinating by just rambling on endlessly. I'm going to do one more 10-minute word sprint and let you know if I ended up hitting my word count and if I'm done for the night. And then I will try to still do that video on the things that I do that I'm not supposed to do during Nano, but I do anyway. Tonight, I may not get to it tonight. I may have to do it tomorrow when I have less words that I have to do because I got all my words done tonight. We'll see. I'll try to get it done, but it's getting late and I want to be in bed by 8 tonight, so I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll try. I'll be right back. All right, so I hit 45,000. I'm at 45,031 words, which is actually about 30 words shy of a total of 2,500 today because I was a little bit ahead from yesterday. I'm kind of in the groove right now and I don't want to stop writing though. So I think I might do one more 10-minute word sprint and see where that gets me. And then go from there and get more ahead. I don't know, I'm just like, I'm enjoying this scene and I'm really brainstorming like what I'm gonna do with it, and I'm figuring out all this way, because this is basically kind of like an intrigue plot that's in this. It's like a weird sci-fi setting with an intrigue plot and some Easter eggs from Greek mythology. I don't know what I'm doing. This is such a fustercluck. Anyway, I'm gonna do 10 more minutes since it's not yet 8 o'clock and that's when I want to try to get to bed. And that ought to get me a little bit more ahead for tomorrow. So we'll see where I get to. All right, so I got about another 360 words done approximately. I'm at a total of 2,835 for the day. So I'm over the 2,500 that I was aiming for, and I am at a total of 45,396 words. So I put a good dent in what I have to do tomorrow too. If I wanted to, I could pretty much just do like 700 words tomorrow. I probably won't. I'm just gonna do like 1,000 anyway because I'm really enjoying the story now. I'm like getting so excited now. I'm so happy I'm past that middle slump, although I took notes as I realized things that I could add to the middle to fix that later in the second draft. But I'm so excited, and the bad guy is really starting to become like a bad guy, you know? I've got him as like this weird cross between like the scary stereotypical like general with scars across his face from Avatar and Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. So it's kind of weird because he's being super manipulative and my one character doesn't know it at all. My other characters are totally on to him, but they can't really do anything, and they can't convince the character that possibly could do something that he's not the good guy and that these other people aren't the bad guys. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it now. It's really fun to get into his head and how he keeps basically saying that everything he's doing is to protect the citizens and to keep them safe from these people who that he thinks are going to invade when really he's planning on invading. Anyway, I'm super excited and I'm really enjoying the story now, and it's coming up to like some really fun parts here. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a rest for the night so that I can get to bed by 8 and try to get some extra sleep, because I'm gonna try to get more overtime in this week because I was bad and I should have gone in today for like 5 hours and I didn't at all. I just kept putting it off all day until I realized I'm not going to work and I don't want to. So I gotta try to make up some of that time this upcoming week that I otherwise would have done. So I am way ahead on my words. I'm doing good. I hope everybody else is doing good. Let me know how you're doing so far. Even if you're not on par for your word count, let me know how you're feeling about the place that you're at in your story so far. Without worrying about the word count for Nano for a minute, just let me know how you're feeling about where you're at in your story and if you're enjoying it and if you're getting excited for your story or if it's kind of hitting a... So, yeah, that's the technical term for when something's lousy, is just a... But anyway, I'm gonna let you go for this evening because I put up a gazillion videos today and you don't want to see my face anymore. I'm not going to get that video in tonight about what I do with Nano, because I've got to figure out how to record my screen to be able to show you what I do. And I'm gonna fidget with that a little bit tonight to figure out how to record that and then try to get that video to you tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great evening and I will talk to you later. Bye.